It's already the case. So there's no me to get enlightened.
Right.
There's no me to have a shift. Already. There you go. I got it in early. So Eric, what that's about is, it's my favorite word of Nkosi, because when he said there's no me already, that cuts the legs off of any doing or seeking, if there's no me already.
Yeah, it feels like a loop going back in on itself. There's just, yeah, Chinese finger trap kind of a feeling.
Ah, there you go, John. Yeah, because the me can't do anything when it hears it doesn't exist already. Already just ends it. It's, if it's already not there, what are you going to do?
Just whatever's happening, I guess.
I asked Nkosi about his own path. He didn't go into much detail, but he said he was a seeker for a long time until he discovered that he never existed. Imagine that. I mean, just imagine that. You spend your whole life looking, seeking, spending money, going to seminars, all this stuff. And then all of a sudden one day,
You realize you were never really here at all.
I'm with you, John. I haven't experienced that either on a conscious level.
Well, I know, like they say, like, no, it's already here. It's just your you is getting in the way. It's already here. It's like, okay, well, they just shoot me, you know.
I mean, you can just say, well, who or what is observing this? You know, your voice or these thoughts, or I mean, that I get. Like, there's something.
Oh, there's another thing I got from Andreas Mueller, and he said, who cares?
That's what Michael said. Says who,
Yeah,
right?
who cares?
Yeah, mine was, yeah.
Who cares?
Mine was who says. Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah, it's who cares.
Sentiment.
But whichever one lands with you, you know, but who cares? Like, Lynn, oh
Yeah.
my God,
The
who
point-
does care?
The point
Who
is
cares?
that the me thinks that its story is life and death. You know, this really matters. It's really important.
Yeah, I've experienced that lately. Big drama, you know, big drama. And when you look back after you're kind of through it, it's sort of funny.
Well, like Eckhart Tolle says, you know, on your gravestone, between your birth and your death, all you get's a dash. All of that drama just, you know, is reduced to a dash. That's
Well,
all it was.
the shock that Nkosi got is actually right here. It's not somewhere else. So the me hears this and goes, yeah, Nkosi, you know, boy, lucky dog. No, it's because there's only here. There's just this.
There's no Nkosi. What Nkosi are we talking about?
So again, every expression is this. Every expression. There's no exception. Every expression, no matter how it feels, what it looks like, what it feels like. It's this. What else?
Yeah, this message that we talk about, it has helped me to give up the hope of ever one day becoming enlightened. It has helped me to stay with just this, what is, and I don't look at other people like Nkosi or Muji or whatever who are supposedly enlightened beings and long that I will get into that state myself. I've given that up and been able to accept that whatever is this here, and it's a great relief.
Yeah, last week you mentioned about there's nobody responsible for anything because
Yeah.
there are no separate entities.
And the striving to get to some place of enlightenment or of feeling no self or whatever, that striving thing has dropped away, and that's relief in itself. Mm. And
There's
when
no- yeah.
oh, sorry, I was just going to say, when I listen to some other speakers, not Nkosi, but listen to some other speakers that I used to listen to, or some that pop up on YouTube, I can hear underlying this thing about reaching out for or searching for or seeking for. I can sense it underneath it all. If there's still this, they might be, great teachers, but there's still underneath it, there's this sort of teach that what I'm looking for is ahead of me out there. And that's not comfortable. I just, when I can't turn around and come back, like Eric said, turn around on yourself and come back to here, that's a relief. Mm. Hi, Nkosi.
Good
Hello,
morning.
everyone. Morning.
It's 3 a.m. or 2 a.m.
It's 3:30 now.
3:30. Okay.
3:30 in the morning. Yeah.
Early riser.
Yeah. It's normal here.
We were talking about your sessions and how we all benefit when Michael shares them on his YouTube channel. It's quite helpful, reinforcing and stuff. So we all appreciate what you're doing.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah.
And Nkosi, when you're working with people, what do you find? Is there like some kind of common pattern or obstacle that you're seeing when you talk to people when they're working with you? I'm just curious.
Yeah. It's just an idea that there is a me, just because when I talk to them, it's more like I'm talking to myself. So it is seen that there's a strong identification with the body. Yeah, that's what I always see.
Well, how does it work for you? I mean, if you fall down and hurt yourself, your body gets hurt or injured. I mean, how does that work with someone who, wherever the hell you are? What you call it? That which has no name. I don't know.
I'm not different than you. I'm the same as you. There's no difference here because there's only this. So there's no difference. I don't see, this character doesn't see itself better than other characters. Because they're just characters appearing. There's nobody here. So I'm the same, just 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 this. It's just this. There's no one here. Yeah, it's just the only difference is that the character is superficial. Nothing is taken seriously. So it's superficial. It seems to be there, but it's not there. And there's nothing wrong with what seems to be a character. All characters are beautiful. In fact, everything is beautiful. And everything is always new. Nothing is old. And nobody's aging here. Because there's nobody here. So everything is always new. Everything is ever fresh. Because there's only this. This is ever fresh. Everything is beautiful. The trees, animals, weather. And there's no bad character. So there's nothing wrong with anything because everything is an expression of this. There's only this expressing itself, appearing as different characters. And this doesn't mind its appearances. This doesn't say there shouldn't be any character. There's no unwanted character here. Yet there are no characters. It's just this. This never minds itself. This doesn't see the other. It sees itself.
Well, that reminds me of projection. There was a quote that I picked up that I was listening to, and it said, let me see if I can pull it up. If you are not listening, then you are projecting. And something in that landed with me.
Yet there's nobody who's listening. Listening is happening. And nobody's projecting anything here because there's nobody. There's just this. Projection may seem to appear, but nobody's doing anything. Nobody's projecting anything. And there's no one who's listening here. And there's no one who's watching. There's just this. There's just no separation. Everything is this. There's only this. There's no separation here. There's no individual character who's outside of this, who's doing his own thing. There's just this. And this is nothing appearing as everything. It seems it seems as if this is hiding in everything, or as everything. Should I put it in that way? So it cannot be found because it's everything. How can you find everything? It's hiding. It seems to hide as everything. So nobody can find everything because there's only everything. There's only this. So, and there are just characters appearing and disappearing. Bodies rising and falling down. No, it's just, and some bodies are moving around. They're just bodies moving around, and they don't even know where they are going.
All right, I think he froze there.
He did.
Okay.
I love listening to him though.
Yeah, I'm blown away because he's commenting on exactly what I was saying right before about no separation. That is, just keep looking. Just look right now. You don't even have to wait. Look right now. See if you can find separation. Not like your mind giving you a thought like you're over there and I'm over here. I'm saying real separation, like
Separation, like Nkosi was here and now he's gone and now he's.
And I was back again.
yeah, now he's back.
It's all an illusion.
I'm sorry about that. There was a connection.
Yeah.
Disconnection.
We figured. Yeah.
Oh, were you saying something?
Yeah, I was talking about no separation. And then when you came on, you were saying the same thing.
But it
Yeah.
seems like there's a seeing or a recognition of no separation. You know, when I hear it, that's how I interpret, like something is seeing that there's no separation, but I don't know what that is.
Okay, so I have a question. Look now, right now, we'll take the time. Look, I want you to look for separation. Right now. Tell me when you find it.
I think it's with the body. There's something like this is a body in space and time.
That's an idea. That's not proof of separation. Right? So that's an idea appearing in this, but there's no separation. That idea is just what's appearing perfectly.
Is it a thought?
It's whatever it is. It's
Yeah.
perfect. It's already, there's just no separation. That's all we're looking at right now. We're not looking at the content. Because that's what the me does, is it lives for content, for the story. But if there's no me, then who's there to have a story?
The content is the projection. You just mentioned it, the projection. It's like a movie. It's being projected, but it's excluding everything else besides the story that's on the movie, making a separation and limiting everything to that movie. It's pretending as if that little separate image is everything. And it's excluding this, pretending that there's a separate projected movie that is this. And we call it Joan, we call it my life. It's just like limiting the attention to this little separate appearance. And that's just an imagination, because there isn't any separate anything. There's no separate Joan. There's no separate experience, no separate life.
Hi, Peter. You weren't here to tell me to hit the record button, so Joyce had to do it.
I was so embarrassed. I let you down. Sorry.
No, you had Joyce did a great job.
Back up.
Yeah, separation is just an idea or a thought appearing in this. There isn't any separation. There isn't any separation. There's only this appearing as everything. And all characters are the same. This sees no characters. Because everything is this. Everything is this. So no one can get this. No one can understand this. No one can find this because there's only this. So there's really nothing to do here. There's really nothing to do because there's nobody to do anything. There's only this. So in this, it may appear as if there's an individual who's looking for this, who's seeking this, but that's just an appearance. It doesn't mean anything. It's not so special. There isn't anyone who's in trouble here. There isn't anyone who's suffering. There isn't anyone who's not yet enlightened here. And nobody will ever be enlightened because there's only this. Or should I say there's only enlightenment, but it's for no one. It's just as it is. It's not for anyone to get. Nobody can get it. So what seems to be happening is okay. There's nothing wrong with what's happening. There's nothing wrong with any seeking arising. There's nothing wrong with any expectation. There's nothing wrong with any idea being expressed here. There's nothing wrong with anything. And whatever is being said here, it cannot change this. This remains as it is. No word can touch this. Nothing being said here can make any changes in this. This is just this. So all is this. The one who seems to be looking for this is just a story appearing in this. Yet there's no story. There's just this. And all words are the same. There's no word that is different than the other. No word can describe this better, in a better way. Because words can't touch this. This is just as it is.
So labels remove us from this.
Nobody can be removed from this because there's nobody here. There's only this. So even labels are just imagined, and nobody is imagining anything. It's just imagination appearing. Labels may seem to, in a way, may seem to cause a little separation, but there's no separation here. Because when you say that's an old rope, that's my old rope, that's my cats, that's my mouse, it seems as if there's a separation there. But there's no separation. There's no space in between. There's just everything. There's just everything.
It sounds like everything is a miracle.
Exactly. It's ever fresh. It's always new. Nothing is old here. As I said earlier on, nobody's aging. Yeah. But that doesn't exist. It's just an idea appearing in this. So you are okay where you are. You are okay. Because what seems to be a you is just an expression of this. It's just an appearance in this. There's no real you who's looking for this. There's only this. So it doesn't matter whether the body seems to age. It doesn't matter. But because this never ages. It's always here. It's ever fresh. There's no time here. There's no time. There's no today or tomorrow or last week here. There's no last year here. There's no past. There's no future. Nobody's going to the future here. There's just this. So the character never even appeared. So how can it disappear? How can that which never appeared disappear? It may seem as if the character wants to disappear, but how can it disappear if it never even appeared? So a character wanting to disappear is just an idea. It's just a thought appearing in this. Nobody will ever disappear here because nobody ever appeared. There's only this. And nobody will ever die here. Because there's no one who was born. So there's no death. There's no disappearance. There's just this. Not getting this is this. Getting it is this.
We're going into riddle land.
It's not really a riddle though, because not getting it and getting it are the same appearance. It's the same this. And you're not in the appearance because you're just this. The appearance is this, you're this.
Just keep thinking like a baby. You know, you don't know what you are. You don't have a name. Everything's always new. You don't know what it is. You're just kind of looking and you're like, there's no thinking going on. It's just, you're just there. You know, something's taking it in, but you have no idea what it is.
That's you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's how it is.
Yeah. So my friend just sent me a little video of their brand new baby. And that's what I saw when I looked at the baby. You know, it's just like hearing's happening, you know, hands and feet are flailing around, you know, and it's just there.
They're just sounds.
Don't know what the sounds mean.
Yeah.
You know, sounds have no meaning, words have no meaning. You know, nothing means anything. There is no meaning. Nothing has any meaning. It's just, there's just this baby that knows nothing. So there's, it can sense things. It's a sensing kind of a thing. You know, there's sensations going on in the baby.
It doesn't even know if it's a baby.
No, it doesn't know it's a baby. It doesn't know it's hungry, but all of a sudden it'll start to cry. And if you put something in its mouth, it stops, you know? So that's what I'm thinking about when I hear you talking.
Yeah.
Are you saying we're all babies? Kidding, kidding, kidding. We're all just big babies. And we label everything. We're big babies and we label things.
We're sensing, labeling things. It's funny, Joe.
I don't even know where these things come from.
Doesn't matter.
It's kind of like a get out of jail free card. Nothing means anything.
what I was going to say is when Nkosi speaks, I sense that, and Joan was talking about like in riddles, it can appear like that to the mind. But when I listen, I'm listening with my heart, and the mind, it's bypassing the mind. Yeah. And that's why it gives me such relief, because it's talking to the heart, not to the head.
Well said.
Everything is a riddle to the mind.
Yeah.
Everything. The mind is a riddle, looking for the answer to the riddle.
Well said.
That's not true. It's not what you are. And that's the difference between the baby Joan. The only difference between Joan, there's the idea that I'm separate and I'm in a story and it's all a riddle. That idea forms. But that's not, it's just an idea. It's not true. It never happened. And the baby knows that. You know, the baby isn't confused about that.
And the baby doesn't know time or space either.
Right? That's part of the story. Story of I am separate.
Yeah, there's no time, there's no space.
But that never happened. That story never happened. We're all babies. That's all there is. The whole world.
I was just gonna say that. Still baby. It's true. Wonderful. Yeah.
I love Faith last week, how you had such enthusiasm when Nkosi said that nobody's responsible for anything.
Yeah, when my whole life is built on being responsible for other people and for myself. Yeah, such relief. been brought up as a good girl, born again Christian, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, rah, 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 rah. So not being responsible is a great release. Permission to not be responsible. Yeah.
I like the book, The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And, you know, one of the four agreements was what other people think of you is none of your business. You know, just there was just freeing the principles, the four agreements. It was just very freeing. What other people think of you is just imagination movement.
Yeah, I think when I hear that, it goes into my head, but it doesn't reach my heart, so it doesn't affect my actions. I need to hear it here in my heart, and somehow in this group and Nkosi, Michael, Dan, whatever, it speaks to the heart, and then my actions can change.
Yeah. I have to agree, Faith, when Nkosi said no word touches this.
Mm. Mm. Well, just hearing no separation. I was thinking as you were talking about no separation before, just somehow, just maybe it's the stage I've got to, I don't know, but to hear no separation, just hearing those words, it just hits me here in the heart. And there's just such beauty and freedom in that. I don't know, if I'd heard that 10 years ago, I don't know if it would have had the same effect, but it's just, yeah, it's just release. I keep saying release. It's all big release. Mm.
Yeah. Okay, so before we close off tonight, should I tell you one of Nkosi's secrets that I observed?
Sure.
Yeah. So I notice when you take a private with him, yeah, you can talk about your story as much as you like, and he'll just smile and he'll just listen. He won't argue, he won't interrupt you. He will let you keep talking. And at some point, something will hit you. Thank you, everyone, so much for coming tonight. Nkosi, brother, thank you.
Namaste. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Good to see
everyone.
you in Nkosi.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for coming.
Thank you,
Eric.
Nice to
everyone.
meet you, Eric. Come back.
Nice to meet you too. I hope to
Nice
be
to meet
back.
you. Yes, come back.
Thanks, you guys. It was great to be here.
Nice
Great.
to have you here.
Good night.